Hey, Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Welcome back to the channel, and this is what we're going to make today, or at least a variation. And we're going to do two different colors. So here on the desk I have the red velvet, which is what I used in the original concept card, and then passionate pink. I'm loving doing non-traditional colors this year, so we'll do two different cards. The stamp set we're going to use is the Let Your Light Shine from Gina K. It was released with the July card kit and became available individually to purchase with the August release. So we're going to use the stamp set, the dies, and there's a coloring stencil for all the little lights. You can do them all one color, you can do them separate colors with the stencil, or you can individually stamp them out with this little bulb here. I'm not that, what can I say? I prefer a little faster crafting than stamping all those lights individually. In addition, we are going to use from the Master Layout series for Gina K, Master Layouts, and actually it's Master Layout 2, so let me grab that. So Master Layout 2, we're going to do the stitched for the inside of the card and this rectangle for the matting, which perfectly fits around this stitched frame. So you can see I've got it here on my magnetic board that the stitched frame fits perfectly within the Master Layout 2 plain cutout. So those are the two two master layouts that we're going to utilize. Along with that, I've got Christmas Pine, the Passionate Pink, Wild Dandelion, Charcoal Brown, Red Velvet, and Black Onyx. The wood graining on the frame, this was done with warm cocoa. I think I want to try the I want to call it chocolate brown, charcoal brown on that. So let me go ahead and get this cleaned up and we can get started. Okay, first we're going to go ahead and get our card bases, which this is an A2 panel. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score. No offense, but I don't like this tool. Let me rephrase that. I prefer not to use this tool. I am an old school Stampin' Up, and this was from my original Stampin' Up scoreboard, which I damaged. So let's go ahead and get 4 1/4 and get that scored. And we'll do the other one as well. We're going to kind of get these together, and then we're going to get into our stamping. So let me get the scoreboard out of the way. And this is the Red Velvet cardstock by Gina K and the Passionate Pink. And so this is the Master Layout 2 plain rectangle, and I'm going to go ahead and get these on the front. It's easier to line up the stitch frame from Master Layout 18. And why don't I move you just a smidge closer so you can kind of see what's going on. And we're just going to kind of prep both cards. They'll be easy to finish out later on. And for the stitched frame, I cut out from 110-pound Neenah Classic Solar Crest, 2 for each. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 down on each of these because I'm layering 2 of the frames on each of the cards. I just bobbled that. Mop up that glue. I like the glue because I can slide it around a little. but if you line up upper right, lower left, you'll get it every time. So I'm just gonna use my largest block to put even pressure. And get the, this is like moving around on me. Too much of the black down here. And will it move? Yep, just a smidge. There. Okay, this is all together. And we're going to go ahead and do the wood graining on the top frame. And I'm just going to grab my Misti, move this up a smidge. Let me cap off my glue so the end doesn't dry out. And I think I'm going to pull this out of here. I think it'll be easier to work with. And then we'll put it back in here in a minute. There. Okay. So for the wood graining, press that down. And I'm going to grab 2 Post-it notes. Gina K just did this with her Master Layout 18 series. And so I did not invent this. It's a technique that I saw her do. And I'm going to use this charcoal brown. And I'm using the ink cubes. You can use the regular size ink pads as well. And you're just going to lightly drag it down the whole thing. I like the darkness. It gives me like a little walnut. And I want to, where is my brown detail brush? Brown. Brown, brown, brown. Okay, just ink up just a little, and I'm going to put a extra Post-it note over there. And I'm just going to kind of lightly fill in here in the corner. Because where the Post-it note is, you're going to have some white space because there's a little bit of a lip. And let's go ahead and move these. So corner to corner, press that down. Do the same thing here. And grab my, and just lightly drag it down. And I'm going to take it the other way. And lightly fill that in. And look at that. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So we're just going to continue around. Oh, get my orientation right. Orientation. And just lightly drag it and then lightly drag it the other way. Should have enough ink on this brush to kind of fill those in. And lightly and voila, just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me peel this up, and I just love this. So I'm going to pause you. I'm going to do the other one since you've already watched me do this one, and then we'll move on to the next step. I think these turned out beautiful, and comparing to the original card, definitely darker. And I really like how that pops. So before we put this on the card, I want to do the center sentiment area. And we're just going to put this down here in the corner. Sorry for that glare. And let's grab, Let Your Light Shine. Put that right here. Make sure that is lined up. And I'm going to move this up a little. It is very crooked. I'm going to pull it down just a little because we're going to do this guy up in the corner. And I'm just going to put it here because I want to make sure it fits. Okay, so let me pick this up. And I'm going to grab my larger Gina K Black Onyx, because that's a larger sentiment. And then we're just tap, tap, tap. Oops, picking that little guy up. Kiss the cardstock, and we'll do this a few times. One more time. Perfect. And if we put it up here in the corner of the Misti, we'll do that at the same time we do this one. Perfect. So Black Onyx, and Wild Dandelion. Oh, I like that. I like how that's working. That's perfect. So is the Wild Dandelion. And we are done with the Black Onyx and the Wild Dandelion on that. I like that. That's beautiful. So let's get this up here in the corner. And I want to, where's my water bottle? Oops. Go ahead and get this stamp all cleaned up, pulled off, put back, and we'll stamp this a few times. I always end up with the lids on the wrong side of the Misti. That's perfect. I think that is stunningly beautiful. So let me clean this guy up, because we're going to use the Misti for the next step. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and get these panels inside. So we're just going to put those in there just like that. And they're curling a little. That happened when I pulled it up off the Misti. There. That way you don't have to worry about that glare. This just slides right on in. And I'm going to get my big block again. Make sure that's pressed down. I was quite surprised by the Christmas set in the July card kit release. I wasn't ready to do Christmas perfect, and These I just love these sets. So I'll get some glue on here. Oops, that's a big glob. And just overlay the original one that was put down. Ooh, that lined up. That lined up very well. I like that. Okay, I'm going to press that down. These are shaping up very nicely. And I did the inside panel because in the first concept card, trying to get this down inside, it was a little more difficult to get that to lay flat. And that one corner wants to peel up, so I'll just press it down. Because this is what I had to do to get it to fully seat inside of the double layer. So this frame, it's 2 layers, and this is just a single on the inside. Okay, we are in the home stretch, and believe it or not, the light strings are actually quite fast to make. So let me get my Misti, and I've already cut out a bunch of these. We're only going to do a couple, but I've got just a kind of a scrap piece of cardstock, and I'm going to grab the light string, and when I pull it off, I like to just kind of let it do its thing. And I've already cut a template out, and you want to make sure there's enough room up here for the light and down here for the light. So let's go ahead and pick that up, and we're going to use Christmas pine. Gina K did that for her sample, and it just makes sense because in the world of Christmas lights here in the United States, you have 2 colors, I believe, for the string. It's either white or this Christmas pine green. And I don't care if it's all that perfect of an impression, because that's just what we're going to line up. And I've already put in my minty tape on the back side, so my strings will stay in place. And I am finding the gaps and trying to get them equidistant with all of the lights or the edges. And I think that works. So let me get this tape down in a couple places. There. Okay, so let's get started with one of these lights. So I'm going to do a couple red, and then one of the pink. So we're done. No, we're not done with this. So let's go ahead. Get that inked up. I'm just doing firm pressure. I'm not mooshing it. There's a couple places. Oh, that's good. That's really good. So pull that up. See how fast that was? When I first saw this set, I was like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of detail. And Gina K just makes it so easy. Her and her design team when they design these things. I have a huge amount of respect for the talent it takes to design all of this. And that goes for any of the stamp companies. There's a lot of effort that goes into it. So we've got 2 reds and 1 pink, and then I'm going to clean this off, and then we're going to start stenciling. That popped up, so did that, and that. Sorry if I'm getting my hair in the way. I've noticed that in the last couple videos. It's really hard when you're not right over. I think that works. Okay, so let me pull that out of there. I can pull this up. We may or may not need this, so I'm just going to set this aside for just a minute. Just a hot minute and get this cleaned up. Look at all that green. Make sure that gets cleaned up. Put the stamp back, and I think I'm going to pull this out again. I think it'd be easier to show it right here. So hang on, I'm going to pause you for just a quick minute. Okay, let's get these colored. So I'm just pressing these down to the sticky mat, and on this, there you can see, so Gina K and Let Your Light Shine has been etched, so that is the front side. And I'm just lining up these guys as best I can before I stick it down to the, oh, come on, come on. Trying to get these, this is the problem with this, the background sticky mat. It wants to stick. There. And we're going to use the red velvet first. So I've got my red detail brush. It's already got some red on it, but I want to really load it up, and I'm going to load it up a lot because I want these super red. This is just so fast. Oops, missed the ink pad. Just like this. Okay, I'm going to pause. Well, let's reveal this first. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And how fast that was. And you have lights. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to pause you. I'm going to do the other red one, and then I'll come back and do the pink on camera. And I've got some sparkle that we're going to try, and I'm going to show you the sparkle gel I did. So hang on one second. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've cleaned the stencil, and I've got my Passionate Pink, and I'm loading up my brush. Ooh, this is going to be fun. I can already tell I'm really gonna like this. Oh, this is awesome. I love it. So in the comments down below, let me know if you're a traditionalist when it comes to color at Christmas time, or if you'd like to go outside the box and what your favorite colors are. A couple of these just did not get super pink, so we're going to call that done. And let me peel that up. Let's see what we got. Oh, awesome. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I love it. So let me grab my cleaner. Well, hi, Sheena. You're not locked in the closet this time. Yes, for one of the filming I did previously, I locked her in the closet. So I just have some 91% alcohol, and I'm going to just spritz it a couple times and just wipe it off. If you've got a more delicate, you want to dab like this and then turn it over and then do the same thing. And you can already see I've already cleaned several times because you can see the light bulbs. So I'm going to pause you. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know. I think you can see some of the, there, you can kind of see some of the sparkle on this. It's really hard to see on camera, but I tried the Gina K Sparkle Gel, and I don't use a lot of stencil butters, solar paste, gels, the medium that's like this. It's extremely messy in my opinion. I'm just not very well versed in it, so I'm not going to do this on camera because there's a lot more people out there in the YouTube world that are pros at this, and I'm not a pro. So we are going to try something that I use quite often. Let's see if I can get my sticky mat to stick that, and you're as close as I can get you. There's this jelly roll pen, and this is Starlight Sparkle, I believe is what it is. It's supposed to dry clear, and what I have found with this is it may pick up the ink. So I'm not sure what it's going to do with these light bulbs, but I'm just staying within the light bulb itself. Ooh, that one's off center. Well, the stamp must have shifted. And I'm going to clean off my tip and go back to where I was, because it's letting the red show through, and when it dries, which is pretty quick, this should be good. Yeah, that's really off. So is that. Wow. Are they all that way? I don't know. So I'm concentrating, and when I concentrate, I stop talking. So this is the Jelly Roll pen. Come on, come off of there. And then in my left hand is the Jelly Roll, and the Sparkle Gel is in the right. And I don't know which one I like better. For me, the one on the left is easier, and that is like really off center. Are they all that way? Or was it just that one? That template must have shifted when I did the light coloring, because these are perfectly aligned. All right, so I'm not going to use this one because it's off. The stencil must have not lined up when I was doing it off camera. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these on each of these cards. Move you out just a smidge, and then we can get our embellishments on and be done. This is a little, okay, there, we can make this work. So let me get a silicone mat out because I'm going to use my fine tip glue bottle. And some of this will hang over, but I'm just putting some glue where I think we're going to need it. And then we'll figure it out from there. Okay, my tweezers. And get my block and just let it press. Oop, that light bulb's over the sentiment, but that's okay. I probably should have moved that sentiment down a little. Next time when I make more of these, I'll make sure that the sentiment is further down the card. That's really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the red. And get the sequins on. They call it confetti. I call it sequins. So we can do this without it hanging off the card or over the sentiment. It's still, that's okay. Get that pressed down, and while that is working, nope, we need the glue bottle. Don't need that, but I do need this. And let's get our red done first. I really like this. And I did one there. Whoop, two of them were stuck together. I need one of those little guys. Nope. He's going to go right there. One of these larger ones right there. Ah, that's good. I like that. So those. Now here's the thing. I don't know which one of these to use. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the Regal Rose. I don't have any hot pink. That'll be my next purchase at Cartwright Sequins. Oh, I like that. These are really, they're really iridescent. What do you think? I like it. So while I am putting these down, gluing them, if you will like the video, It'll help me with the YouTube algorithm. Oops, I picked up one of those. And then if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, if you would hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell for notifications. That way when I upload new content, you'll get notified. And then I'll have all the supplies that I used listed down below. I have affiliate links and non-affiliate links down below. So, and I'll also include the shops themselves. So if you go shopping through using one of my shop affiliate links with Gina K or some of the other affiliates I have, I earn a very small commission and it goes back into the channel. It helps me buy these products. I am provided no products from any of the suppliers or industry vendors. This is all out of my own pocket. So I appreciate your support in that respect. And these are our two cards. What do you think? Do you prefer the traditional colors, or do you like to go outside the box in non-traditional? Leave a comment down below which one is your favorite. And until next time, happy stamping.